Choreb Beruach, Sword of the Spirit. Interpreted and narrated by Wendy. Bereshit, Genesis, chapter 48. And Jacob lived in the land of Mitzrayim for 17 years. Therefore the whole age of Jacob was 147 years. But the time drew near that Yeshareal must die. So he called his son Yusuf and said to him, If now I have found grace in your sight, I pray you, place your hand under my thigh, then deal kindly and truly with me. I pray you, do not bury me in Mitzrayim, but I will lie with my fathers, and you will carry me out of Mitzrayim, and you will bury me in their burial place. Thus he replied, I will do as you have said. Then he said, Swear to me. Therefore he swore to him, and Yeshareal bowed himself upon the head of his bed. And it came to pass after these things that someone told Yusuf, Behold, your father is sick. Therefore he took his 2 sons, Menashe and Ephraim, with him. Then he spoke to Jacob and said, Behold, your son Yusuf comes to you. So Yeshareal strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said to Yusuf, Al Shaddai appeared to me at Luzah, in the land of Canaan, and he endowed me. And he said to me, Behold, from your fruit and from your increase I will give you a multitude of people. And I will give this land to your seed after you for an everlasting possession. Now your 2 sons, Ephraim and Menashe, who were born unto you in the land of Mitzrayim, before I came to you into Mitzrayim, are mine, like Reuben and Shimon are mine. However, your issuance which you beget after them will be yours, and will be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance. As for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died beside me in the land of Canaan, in the way, when there was yet a little way to go to Abrat. And I buried her there in the way of Abrat. The same is Beit Lachem. Then Yeshareal beheld Yusuf's sons, and asked, Who are these? And Yusuf answered to his father, They are my sons, whom Elohim has given to me in this place. Then he said, I pray you, bring them to me, and I will endow them. Now the eyes of Yeshareal were dim for age. He could not see. So he brought them near to him. Then he kissed and embraced them. Moreover, Yeshareal said to Yusuf, I had not thought to see your face. But look, Elohim has showed me your seed also. Then Yusuf brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. Furthermore, Yusuf took both of them, Ephraim in his right hand towards the left hand of Yeshareal, and Menashe in his left hand towards the right hand of Yeshareal. Then he brought them near to him. However, Yeshareal stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger. Then, guiding his hand wittingly, because Menashe was the firstborn, his left hand was upon Menashe's head. Moreover, he endowed Yusuf and said, The Elohim, before whom my fathers Abraham and Yitzhak did walk, the Elohim who feeds me continually to this day, the angel who redeemed me from all evil, endow the young men, and let my name be upon them, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Yitzhak, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. However, when Yusuf saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. Then Yusuf said to his father, "Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put your right hand upon his head." But his father refused and said, "I know, my son, I know. He too will become a people, and he will be great also. But truly, his younger brother will be greater than him, and his seed will become a multitude of nations." Thus he endowed them on that day, saying, "Of you Yeshariel will endow, saying, Elohim establish you as Ephraim and as Manasseh." And he placed Ephraim before Manasseh. Furthermore, Yeshariel said to Yusuf, "Behold, I will die, but Elohim will be with you, and will bring you again to the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to you one portion more than your brethren, which I will take out of the hand of the Amori with my sword and my bow."